was gonna say something like, I wish I could, if anything, if anything, I want to make music for DVD menus that just loop, that are on a loop um, on a DVD menu. If anything, that's what I want. But I should have been born earlier in history because they don't make DVDs the way that they used to anymore, with like quirky menus where they have to do with the movie, um, with the theme of the movie, right? And so that day is gone. Uh, in today's age, the equivalent of that would be making music for making background music for a TikTok or an Instagram reel or a Snapchat premium account. I don't know. The truth is that I wanted to make this video because I'm trying to be, even though honestly 2026 my patience has been lost, I just want to create, and I want to do that to the best of my ability. Um, that's all I want to do in life right now. I don't care about anything or anyone else. And when I say I don't care about anyone else, I mean like I don't care about anyone else's opinion. And this video is going to kind of touch on that a little bit, but I firstly want to mention that, you know, 2026 is a year of, you know, is going to be, is like already, I hate saying that things are going to be when they already are. It's just like when you're making like a movie, or you're writing a song or something, it's in, like, when people come out with stuff, right? They've been working on that thing that you saw today. They've been working on that for like 4, 5, 10 plus, 15 plus, maybe even 20 years. Perfect example, I don't remember too much about the film itself, but an example that comes to my head is the movie Boyhood. It was, if I'm not mistaken, filmed over the period of 10 years, where the main character, the boy in Boyhood, he grew up alongside the cast and crew, something like that. So like that, actually that was such a bad example because I mean, it's not a bad example, but it's not really what I'm trying to say. What I'm really trying to say is, like, you know, artists and writers and creative people hold on to things for a while, and they live with those things, and by the time you see them, that person has already moved on to the next thing. So I want to keep things raw 2026, and I don't want to really sugarcoat myself. I don't want to like censor myself in any way, shape, or form. I'm probably going to say things that, you know, are a bit too personal, or maybe they're just raw. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, I love the fact that this channel, I try to, you know, be myself as much as possible, whatever that means. And I don't like the idea of like thinking too much about what I'm gonna say, and then like thinking literally in my thought being like, oh, I can't say that because that's too much. No, I want to be too much in 2026. Like I said, my patience is long gone. It was up to here at the end of 2025, and now it just doesn't exist anymore. And yeah, sure, I'll take this off, even though I didn't mean to. The thing that I want to touch on today is like, is I was just thinking about this in the car because I just dropped, you know, 2 songs on Spotify and streaming and stuff, and like, I was just thinking, oh great, another year of people acting like they don't see my posts. The other day I had a friend who, you know, mentioned something about my Facebook post. He's like, yeah, I saw your post, but like in my head, not in the moment, because I'm not thinking about those things in the moment, but after the fact, later, that night I was in my head and I was thinking, like, if you saw the post, why didn't you interact with it? Like, I really wish I could tell people that in the moment, like, oh, okay, you like my post? Yeah, you saw it? Why didn't you like it? It's like why do people talk all these things and they don't really act upon them, or they don't interact with your stuff, they don't help, friends and family. And I've made a video on this before on this channel, but so I don't want to go too deep on that, but it just pisses me off. And like I said, my patience is like gone in 2026. I don't want to deal with any of that. It's just bullshit. Like, let me just name it what it is. In my opinion, it's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. People don't actually want to see you win. They want to. It's not like they're sitting there like being like, "Oh, I don't want to see you win. I don't want to see you win." But like, the fact that they act like they don't see your posts, or they ignore your art, and they don't help you promote stuff or comment, share, like a simple something, I don't know, something drop, I don't know, something, that to me screams like insecurity on their part, because they view you as this weird competition, when in reality what I wish for, and what I've always been an advocate for, or what I've always believed in, and my philosophy and my way of thinking is, we're in this together. We should be supporting each other. That's why I like collaborating with artists. But like I said, I've gotten tired of that mentality. I just want to be kind of quick with it, and like ruthless with my marketing, whatever that means. I don't want to spend too much time on the thing that's happening now. Like, but at the same time, I do want to live in the moment and feel that, because it's exciting, dropping songs and singles and albums and whatnot, and teasing stuff and blah blah blah, whatever, what have you. Like, however you do that thing is awesome, because it's the way that you're doing the thing. And speaking of doing your thing, what I find really annoying as well is when artists and people in my community who make music or whatever, my friends, my peers, or whatever you want to call it, they have all this music in their hard drives. They have all these. I have one friend who like literally hasn't posted music in a very, very long time. I don't know why, but we've been working on music on separate occasions where it seems like he's ready, and we get something going, and I'm like, okay, if I end up like not helping you finish the thing for whatever reason, because like whatever, like, why don't, if you really truly loved this, what we're doing and this whole art thing, then you would find a way to make it happen, no matter what. No matter if I was involved in the process, no matter if I backed out, which I usually don't on stuff like that, or if I like, you know what I mean? Like, when things kind of start like, I don't know, you just focus on other things because there's so much going on. So I'm like, oh, so then people don't have that same drive and desire and passion to like truly go at it, like literally risk damn near your life at some points for the art. So I'm like, oh, okay, people don't want it bad enough. I do. I do want it bad enough. And it's a question of, or it's a matter of like I said in the beginning of this video, it's like the thing already exists. Like, manifestation is not something that you make up. Like, manifestation is something that is real and is already there. It's set for you. All you have to do is put in the hours, put in the work, the blood, sweat, and tears, and not look back, not even look forward, because you'll get too anxious. There's this awesome quote that says, if you're looking to the future, you're going to be anxious. If you're looking to the past, you're going to be depressed. But if you stay in the present, you'll have peace, right? I love that quote so much, because that's what I want to do in 2026. Like, I've lost all my patience with, with people that don't want to support me. Like, it's okay if you don't want to support me, but like, don't expect anything in the future when my stuff does start to, kind of pop off or blow up, or or you know what I mean, reach a larger audience. And so it annoys me so much that, you know, people have all this amazing art and music, um, you know, or ideas or whatever, and they're like saving it for something, or they're such perfectionists. Like, bro, you're not Tom York. Like, you're never gonna be Radiohead. Stop trying to be something that already exists. Stop trying to, um, you know, no shade at this person, but I keep thinking of this exact same person in my head. But this person likes to like look at trends and be like, oh, well, that's popping off right now. That's popping. So let me try to do a punk record, or let me try my hand at something, you know, more electronic or whatever. It doesn't matter the genre. What matters is like, what matters is that people, for some reason, artists in my community where I live, which is why I want to get out of here, they expect, like, literally, I ask myself this and I ask them this too, right? In my head, I'm not literally going to ask them because it's their life. They can do what they want. But like, how do you expect to be noticed at all if you don't have something to show for it, if you don't have a product, if you don't have music out there? Like, at some point you got to be like, okay, obviously this song is not going to be absolutely perfectly aligned with my vision, because a lot of times what happens, and I was just thinking about this in the car today, is like, you know, as I was listening to my new singles that came out like literally today, tonight, right now, um, I was like, it's always the songs, it's almost always the songs that you don't expect to get attention that get attention. It's like, really, why that song? There's something about it. That means that's an indicator, in my opinion, a strong indicator that we don't know. The art itself is so powerful and so like its own thing once it's created, that you have to let it be its own thing, and you just have to let it go, and you have to release it, like literally drop it, get it out of your hard drive, and drop that shit on streaming, and just see what happens. Then move on to the next thing. But as you move on, you're putting stuff out, so you're building a resume. Um, that shouldn't be a hard concept to understand. I kind of did it accidentally. I didn't mean to do it. I kind of started like putting stuff out because I thought it was really good. When looking back now, I'm like, it's a little, you know, that single was a little weak. I could have spent more time on that, on this. But for what? Nobody knows who I am yet. So why am I freaking out about the little stuff right now? It would make more sense if I did have an audience, a larger audience, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, everything was perfect, and you know, being meticulous is good, right? That's why Radiohead exists. And so I just don't understand why people are so afraid of trying new things, you know, putting their I feel like if you're not putting music out, then you're not a real music artist. Why call yourself a musical artist or a musician if you're not putting music out? You're making it, and even then, like, these people that I know, they're not making music. They're so focused on bullshit, and by bullshit I mean life, like life's bullshit, which is work, relationships, all that stuff that doesn't matter. Even like, it could even be like a physical thing, like, oh, well, in order to make a really good album, I need to create, or I need to buy a really good synth. No, you don't. In order to make my voice sound better and the audio quality to be much better than it is right now, I need to invest in a blah 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 mic with this brand name and this model and blah blah blah. No, you don't. You don't. You just don't. You simply don't. That's not. My bad. My phone ran out of storage, so I'm using my iPad. But what I was saying was, or what I was about to say was, you don't need all that stuff to make good art, or to just make good, or to just make art in general. It doesn't have to be good. Like, if art is so subjective, like it, I don't know how else to explain it. You would think that it'd be an obvious thing, but for some reason people are so up their own asses that they don't realize this stuff. Like, and they wonder, like, Like, how do you do it? What's the secret? Like, what do you, what, 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 what interface do you use? What software? Like, okay, it's fun and it's good to like talk about gear once in a while, especially if you're a huge gearhead, and it's cool to like play with certain toys and like have certain brands and blah 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 and talk about all this stuff. But at the end of the day, what matters the most is what you're making, not what you're using to make it. Also, it is this whole idea of like thinking that you need to be ready in order to make something like perfectly ready with all the necessary tools. That is more of a delusion than the delusion of the dream itself, of pursuing this whole music thing. Like, that to me is delusional. Following your dream and making music and doing what you love and making art for people to resonate with, that's beautiful. That should be where our focus, that is where our focus should be at all times, no matter what. So I'm filming this on my iPad and I'm calling myself a filmmaker. Like, here, I'll show you guys if I can even pull it up. This will be the last thing, but let me show. Whoa, that last clip that I recorded on my phone was 14 minutes. So this is probably going to be like 5 minutes. So in total, it'll be like 19, 20 minutes. So not too bad. But let's see here. Let me show you this quote, and I will end with this quote by Steven Spielberg. He said the following. If I can find it. Where is it? I had it saved. I literally had it saved. Okay.
Get this interview, and you know what's never let anybody tell you you can't do what you in your heart know you can. And the other thing is simply to use what you're using right now to get this interview, and you can make an entire movie on that device right there. Never now to get this interview, and you know what's never let anybody tell you you can't do what you in your heart know you can. And the other thing is simply to use what you're using right now to get this interview, and you can make an entire movie on that device right there. Never.
Okay, I'm not going to play it 3 times. I think 2 times is enough because I really wanted to emphasize his point and drive it home in people's, in these artists' thick brains and sometimes pride and ego. It's like, bro, you're not going to be, like, as far as film, you're not going to be Kubrick or however you say his name. You're not going to be the next blah, blah, blah. You're going to be the next you. So why not put in 1000% effort into that and put your thoughts, your energy, your time, your work, your money, everything into being the best you that you can be. Why not? Peace out.